Shalom. Happy Shabbat Zachor. We're going to begin with a nigun, a seasonal nigun, something to get us in the mood for tonight. Yalalai, 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 yalalai. You're a singing congregation, let me hear ya. Yalalai, 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 a few adjustments. Welcome to Hadassah Shabbat. I'm Pat York. To our many members, families, and friends here and on YouTube, welcome. It's truly wonderful to have all of you here to join this very special event. We're honored to have with us tonight Gail Moskowitz, past president of the Southern Seaboard Region, who is now on the grassroots advocacy team in National's Education and Advocacy Department. Our keynote speaker, Dr. William Moskowitz, Chief of Pediatric Cardiology and co-director of the Children's Heart Center at the Children's Hospital. I am proud also to introduce you to, for the first time, our board member, Diane Biscayer, who along with Rebecca Young of Richmond was recently installed as co-presidents of our Southern Seaboard Region. Due to illness, our first reader will not be here, so Sharon is going to do the first reading. A woman of valor, who can find? Her price is beyond rubies. They came to this world carrying nothing but their clothing and precious belongings, but they also carried with them their hopes and their dreams for a better life, a different life. They were the children of immigrants, or immigrants themselves. They were wives and mothers. They weren't afraid of hard work, that's for sure, but all of whom made huge impacts on their families and on future generations. They were our mothers, our grandmothers, and our aunts. They were our role models. These brave women, in their own ways, were pioneers. Some of these extraordinary women engaged in the wider world eventually, in pursuits that once had been closed to Jewish people and women. They became involved in businesses and cultural infrastructures. They became involved in the world. Henrietta Zoll is one of these powerful women. She had a vision, and she fought hard for everything she cared for, and she encouraged others to join her in her quest. She recognized a need for improved hygiene and health care in pre-state Israel, and she was horrified by the impact of this starvation and disease that had her people, that had her people. And so, she took action. An organization that began as a small mission to provide emergency care to pre-state Israel and women's study group in New York City has flourished over the last century to become a worldwide organization. Whether we're fighting anti-hate education funding in schools, uncovering groundbreaking medical research at both campuses of Hadassah Hospital in Jerusalem, or setting a young person on a path for success at the Youth Aliyah villages, the global impact of Hadassah brings healing to our world. Hadassah medical organizations, hospitals, are innovative and compassionate global leaders in medical care, treatments, and research, serving more than 1 million men, women, and children in 1 year, regardless of their nationality, their religion, or their race. We are the beneficiaries of the sacrifices and hopes and dreams of our predecessors. We have each inherited the strengths of our past, l'dor v'dor, from generation to generation. Throughout history, in our families, strong women were role models who blazed the trail for us. We were taught by the best, people who led by example, who showed us what can be accomplished through hard work. Now it's up to us to teach the next generation, to make an impact, to be brave, and to persevere. We are the leaders for the next generation. It's up to us to keep impacting the world with our power. Shabbat Shalom.
Little woman, big heart. How good and how pleasant it is for us all to be together. Please join me in Hine Matov on page 128 in your prayer book. I'll give you a moment to find it. Hine Matov u'manayim sheverachim gam yachad. 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 Now that the sun is truly setting, it is time to light our Shabbat candles and formally bring on Shabbat. I invite Carol Johnston up to say the blessing and make sure to speak into the mic after you are sure the candles are lit.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'had l'ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us by his commandments and commanded us to kindle the Shabbat's lights.
When I keep Shabbat, God watches over me. It is a sign forever between God and me. Page 129, Ki Eshmer Shabbat. Ki Eshmer Shabbat, Yishmereini. Ki Eshmer Shabbat, Yishmereini. Odi leomeyad, Beino uveini. Odi leomeyad, Beino uveini. Ki eshmer Shabbat, Yishmereini. Ki eshmer Shabbat, Yishmereini. Odi leomeyad, Beino uveini. Odi leomeyad, Beino uveini. Through Hadassah, Henrietta Zold helped improve women's health care in Palestine and created a women's nursing program in Jerusalem. A proponent of pluralism and of a binational solution, Zold convinced supporters that Hadassah's many medical services, training programs, and other forms of aid should be open to all in the land, not just the Jewish community. It is from this philosophy and early efforts that the Hadassah model of today was developed. Today, the Israeli healthcare system includes some of the world's leading research and treatment hospitals, schools of medicine and nursing. Henrietta Zold's greatest legacy is Hadassah, the Women's Zionist Organization of America, which she founded in 1912. Hadassah is one of the largest women's social action organizations in the United States. Henrietta Zold said, "My misfortune is my ability to see both sides, even of the fundamental religious questions." I'd like to think of her as an angel watching over us. She can join the other angels, messengers that help us bring in Shabbat, bring blessing upon us. We invite them in the singing of Shalom Aleichem, page 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei HaMlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. We've invited the angels, and with the singing of L'Chadodi, a song from our mystical tradition, from the beginnings of Kabbalat Shabbat, we sing L'Chadodi, a wedding song, page 138, 139. The mystics of Sfat would run out into the fields at the setting sun and call Shekhinah down to join as a bride would join a groom on Shabbat. So when we get to the final verse, we rise, we face the door. Does anyone know why we rise and face the door? We welcome the bride. And do we turn our back on a bride? No. We rise and face the door so we can welcome her in. So that's what we will do. We'll do verses 1, 2, 8, and 9. Lecha dodi likat kalai alanai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likat kalai alanai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad Yishmiyanu Echam Yuchad Adonai Echad Ushmo Echad L'Shem U'Tiferet V'Litachila L'Echad Dodi L'Ikrat Kala Yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekavena L'Echad Dodi L'Ikrat Kala Yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat Nekavena Likrat Shabbat Lechu v'necha Ki mekor haberacha Mirosh mikedem nesucha Sof ma'aseh v'machashava tahila Lecha dodi likrat kala Yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekavena Lecha dodi likrat kala Yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekavena Yamin u'smol tifrotzi V'et Adonai taritzi Al yad ish ben partzi V'nismecha v'nagila Lecha dodi likrat kala Yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekavela Lecha dodi likrat kala Yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekavela Vui v'shalom ateret bala Gam b'simcha u'tzochona Toch emunei am segula Boi chala Lecha dodi likrat kala Yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekavena Lecha dodi likrat kala Yalalai 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 Pnei Shabbat nekavena. We remain standing as we transition into our central prayers with Chatzi Kaddish on page 144. Yitkadav yitkadash shmei Rabbah Yamad yivrach yirtei v'yamlich malchutei B'chayechon u'v'yomechon U'v'chayetecho beit Yisrael B'hagala b'hagala U'v'zman kariv v'yimaru Amen Shmei Rabba Mevorach, Le'olam Yomei Hamaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, Vishtabach, Yitbar, Vitrama, Vitnase, Vitador, Vitale, Vitalal, Shmei Rekurusha, Berichu, Leila, Min Kol Berchata, Veshirota, Tush Berchata, V'nechemata, Damiram Ve'alma, Le'iberu, Amen. Turning the page, we face the west, we face the front of the room, and now we're going to face east, which I believe is in that general direction for the Barhu, the spiritual gravitational force in the universe toward the direction of Jerusalem. I will do the call if you will please do the answer. Baruch Hu et Adonai, Amevorach. Baruch Adonai Havorach, Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. Prayer, acknowledging God as our creator, as the creator of all, day and night, rolling night away from rolling day away into night and night into day. Page 148. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher biraro mariv aravim bechokma poteach sheharim uvidvuna mishaneh hitim umachalif et hazanim umesader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono orei yom v'halayla golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or v'choshech mipnei or umavir yom umevir layla umavdil ben yom uvelayla Adonai Tzevaot Shemo El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Melchaleinu Le'olam Vaed Baruch atah Adonai Amarim Aravim. Page 150. Everlasting love you offered your people, Israel. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amecha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. Torah mitzvot Jews are not a monolithic people. We reside all over the world, speak many different languages, hold diverse political beliefs, and come in many shapes, sizes, and cultures. But in one thing, we remain united by virtue of our identity as Jews. When we say Shema, we proclaim our unity as inheritors of the covenant with God at Mount Sinai. We were bound to Torah at that moment and remain so as a covenant throughout all time. In this spirit, I invite you to rise if you are able and be transported to that moment in biblical time and renew our promise to live according to Torah and to love the Holy One of blessing as we are embraced in God's loving presence. Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. You may be seated. We continue with the Ve'ahavta on page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol vavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha ve'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשיטתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובישעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. Ani Adonai Elohechem. And in English at the bottom of the page, together, you shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohim, Amen. I invite you to do this reading with me on page 159 before we do our Song of Freedom. We are entering Purim now, but those of us who are in charge of a Seder, we're already planning our redemption at the Seder table and our reenactment of the story. And the Micha Mocha is blessing and this wonder that we have in the sight of God's ability to help us redeem ourselves is ever present and ever relevant. So let us read together on page 159. Sing the song of men and women, join in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by more, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot osef ele, malechutecha ra'u v'anecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Adonai et Yaakov, u'yalom yad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai, Yisrael. Page 160, the prayer of trust. As the dark closes in, this nighttime prayer, we ask God to protect us as we lie down, so we may wake up in the morning refreshed and ready to do Tikkun Olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Amidenu Shomreinu Shomreinu Lechaim Uferos Aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha V'takneinu b'yitzah tova milfanecha Re'ushienu leman shemecha Baruch atah Adonai Haporei Sukkot Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Page 162, Vishamru. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing it as a covenant through all time. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש.
From the song Holy Place from Debbie Friedman. These are the gifts that we bring, that we may build this holy place. This is the spirit that we bring, that we may build a holy place. We will bring all the goodness that comes from our hearts, and the Spirit of God will dwell within. These are the colors of our dreams we bring to make a holy place. This is the weaving of our lives we bring to make a holy place. We will bring all the goodness that comes from our hearts, and the spirit of love will dwell within. These are the prayers that we bring, that we may make a holy place. These are the visions that we seek, that we may build this holy place. Let our promise forever be strong. Let our souls rise together in song, that the Spirit of God and the Spirit of love, Shekhinah, will dwell within.
Thank you, Amy. We now get to the portion of our Shabbat service, which is the pinnacle of our connection to the Holy One of Blessing, the Hakadosh Baruch Hu, the Hamelech, many, many names that we have for God. And we rise, and we have this Amidah actually means to rise, to stand. For our personal prayers, there are prayers in the book from page 164 to 181. But I invite you, if it is your desire, custom, or if you dare, to close the book and really do some intimate sharing with God in this moment. So I invite you to rise. We will pray the Amidah silently after the invocation on page 164, and I will call you in a few minutes with Oseh Shalom when you are done. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, ויעקב ישראל, ויראו וימרו אמן, עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, ויעקב ישראל, ויראו וימרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו, ויעקב ישראל, 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 יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו, ויעקב ישראל. We add one more blessing, well, many more blessings. Life is full of blessings, but we will say now, add a blessing of healing. Those in our community and those in your circles, people who you are thinking of. I will read the names of the people in our congregation for whom we as a community are saying prayers, and then I will pass my hand around the room, and I invite you to speak the names, give those names power of healing. We pray today for Charles Ronkin, Zahava Batan, Stephen Wilner, Razbolski, Graham Ross, Kathy Jarrett Tremper, Ariel Roberts, Shifra Basha, Esther Rachel bat Daniel Abigal, Ruchel Mura bat Carmen, David Ephraim Cantor, Kathy Weiner, Yael White, Owen Seiter, Sarah Silverman, Rebecca Factor, Anna Barovskaya Ellis, Barbara Feiner, and any whose names you wish to add. Mishberach can be found on page 109 in your prayer book. Mekor Abraham
Moskowitz. Bill joined the MCV VCU, the Medical College of Virginia Medical Center of Virginia Commonwealth University faculty in 1984 after training at the Children's Hospital in Philadelphia. He served in many leadership roles, including interim department chair, vice chair for clinical operations, chief of pediatric cardiology, and director of pediatric cardiac catheterization laboratory. In 2018, he accepted the position of chief of pediatric cardiology and co-director of the Children's Heart Center at the Children's Hospital of Mississippi in Jackson, Mississippi. At midnight on June 30th, he will retire as Professor Emeritus and will be back in Richmond full-time. Bill's dedication to improving the health of children extends beyond Virginia. He is a member of Richmond-based World Pediatrics, supporting their mission of healing critically ill children and building healthcare capacity in the world. He worked with local Caribbean governments for a decade to develop the National Program for the Prevention and Control of Rheumatic Fever and Rheumatic Heart Disease. Bill was honored with the 2014 Eleanor Bloom Marshall Humanitarian Award, presented by the Richmond chapter of Hadassah to individuals who had been unselfishly devoted to causes that benefit society. For his dedication to providing access to quality life-changing care for children at Children's of Richmond and beyond, he received the 2016 MCV Distinguished Clinician of the Year Award. Now I present Bill Moskowitz. Oh, all right.
This is good. I don't know. I'm fine.
You sure?
I'm positive. Thank you. Thanks, Pat. The topic that Gail gave me to speak about tonight is not one that can be comprehensively covered in 15 minutes, but I'll do my best. Hadassah believes that when you empower women, you help heal the world. Compassion and commitment, innovation and action, that's the power behind Hadassah's initiatives to advance health and well-being in the United States, Israel, and around the world. That's a beautiful and powerful belief. Empowering women has a ripple effect on families, communities, and societies, leading to positive changes in various aspects of life. When women are given opportunities to thrive, they contribute to economic growth, improved health, education, and overall well-being. Jewish women have a long history of resilience, strength, and leadership. Their strength can be seen in various ways, whether it's in their role within families, communities, or the wider world. Jewish women have faced many challenges, from hardships of exile and persecution to the horrors of the Holocaust and the horrors of October 7th. Despite these tragedies, they have shown an immense capacity for survival, rebuilding families, communities from the ground up. In the book of Judges, Deborah was the prophetess and the only female judge of Israel. She led the Israelites to victory against the Canaanite army, demonstrating leadership and courage in a very, very male-dominated society. During the Holocaust, Jewish women showed incredible strength and resilience. They took on roles as caregivers, educators, resistance fighters, often risking their lives to protect their families and communities. They formed support networks and sisterhoods to survive the unimaginable conditions in the camps. Jewish tradition teaches resilience through 6 ideals: endurance, hope, living with uncertainty, remembering the past, the ability to rebuild, and the strength of belief. Hadassah's programs and missions align closely with the Jewish tradition of resilience. Hadassah's long-standing commitment to health and advocacy, even in the face of challenges, exemplifies endurance. Their continuous efforts in medical research and support for Israel demonstrate their ability to persist and thrive. Hadassah's mission to bring healing and justice to the world is rooted in hope. Their initiatives, such as advancing women's health and combating anti-Semitism, are driven by an optimistic vision for a better future. Hadassah's work often involves navigating uncertain and complex situations, such as advocating for women's health equity and supporting Israel in times of conflict. Its ability to adapt and respond to these challenges reflects the Jewish ideal of living with uncertainty. Hadassah honors Jewish history and tradition through their educational programs and advocacy efforts. By commemorating significant events and milestones, Hadassah ensures that the lessons of the past are not forgotten. Hadassah's initiatives in medical care and research, such as opening of the Gendal Rehabilitation Center, showcase their commitment to rebuilding and improving lives. Their work in Israel and around the world highlights their dedication to creating a better future and tikkun olam, repairing the world. Hadassah's actions are deeply rooted in Jewish values and beliefs. Their mission to connect and empower Jewish women, support Israel, and promote justice reflects their strong faith and commitment to these ideals. Hadassah's work is a testament to the resilience inherent in Jewish traditions. Jewish women continue to demonstrate resilience in the face of adversity. Gal Gadot, known worldwide for her role as Wonder Woman, my favorite DC Comics superhero, has not only excelled in her acting career, but also stood up against the treatment of women in Hollywood. She represents the modern Jewish Israeli woman to the world and pioneers projects involving strong Jewish women. Sheryl Sandberg is a prominent figure in the tech industry, known for her role as a chief operating officer of Meta, formerly Facebook, and her advocacy for women in the workplace through her book, Lean In, Women, Work, and the Will to Lead. Her contributions to the tech world and her efforts to promote gender equality have earned her both praise and criticism. On one hand, Sandberg is celebrated for her leadership and for breaking barriers for women in tech. Her book has inspired many women to pursue leadership roles and has sparked important conversations about gender equality. On the other hand, her tenure at Facebook was marked by controversies, including issues related to the platform's handling of user data and misinformation. Some critics argue that her approach to feminism, which emphasizes individual effort over systematic change, may not address the broader issues faced by women in the workplace. But she has shown resilience in both her professional and personal life, balancing her career while being a single mom. Claudia Sheinbaum, the current president of Mexico, is indeed a notable figure. She is the first woman to hold that office in Mexico's history. Sheinbaum has a background in science with a PhD in energy engineering and is involved in politics for many years. And she has her hands full right now with her neighbor to the north. These women exemplify strength and resilience, making significant contributions to their fields and serving as role models for others facing challenges. In Jewish tradition, women have played key roles in preserving and passing down religious practices, especially in the home. Though, historically, often excluded from formal religious leadership roles, many women have found ways to lead, educate, and influence the next generation through rituals, community work, and social activism. Some notable Jewish women who made significant contributions in religious and cultural leadership include Ruth Messinger, former president of the American Jewish World Service, who has been a prominent advocate for women's leadership within Judaism. Shuli Rubin Schwartz was the first woman to serve as chancellor of the Jewish Theological Seminary. Naomi De Signe, as president of the Union of Italian Jewish Communities, has been a key figure in promoting Jewish unity and religious diversity. Sally Priesand was the first woman ordained as a rabbi in the United States and made a significant impact on the role of women in Jewish religious leadership. Her ordination in 1972 marked a milestone for Jewish women. Her leadership and pioneering work paved the way for many women to follow in her footsteps. helping to break down barriers in both religious and gender roles within Jewish communities. Jewish women have been at the forefront of advocating for human rights, fighting against oppression, and working for peace. Figures like Golda Meir, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and others have made significant impact in politics, law, and human rights, becoming symbols of strength, justice, and determination. Although Anne Frank was not involved in politics during her life, her diary, The Diary of a Young Girl, has become one of the most poignant symbols of the Holocaust. It brings awareness to the dangers of racism, anti-Semitism, and human rights violations. Anne Frank's diary has influenced generations worldwide to continue fighting for human rights and against oppression. Her story serves as a lasting reminder of the importance of standing up for human dignity. Tzipi Livni is an Israeli politician who served in various significant roles, including as Israel's foreign minister and as the leader of the Kadima party. She has been a key figure in Israeli politics, particularly in the peace process with the Palestinians. Livni has been an advocate for peace and a two-state solution, and is one of the most influential women in Israeli politics. Her leadership in foreign affairs helped shape Israel's diplomatic stance in the global arena, at least prior to October 7th, 2023. While Hedy Lamarr is best known for her career as an actress in many movies, including Samson and Delilah, she also made significant contributions to technology and intellectual property law. Along with composer George Antheil, Lamarr co-invented a frequency hopping technology that laid the foundation for modern wireless communication. The radio guidance system was used for Allied torpedoes during World War II to defeat the threat of radio jamming by the Axis powers. Although her contributions were not fully recognized during her lifetime, Lamarr's work is now considered a groundbreaking achievement that helped shape the development of Wi-Fi and Bluetooth technology. Jewish women have always been the backbone of family life, maintaining traditions, providing emotional support, and serving as educators. Their role in raising children, especially in tough times, has been central to the survival and thriving of Jewish culture. I have firsthand knowledge of seeing the impact of strong Jewish women in our family, all, by the way, Hadassah Life members. My mother, a force of nature and a nurse, my amazing wife, Gail, and our three daughters, one, a women's health nurse practitioner, one, an emergency room nurse and women's health nurse practitioner and midwife in training, and one, the pastry chef at the Jewish Community Center in Munich, Germany. All embody strength, resilience, and compassion. Each of them contributed or contributes in different ways through health care and advocacy, and yes, feeding the Jewish soul. I see their strength and resilience in their roles within our family, within their families, and their communities, and their positive impact on our next generation. Today, Jewish women continue to break barriers in all fields, from business to politics, science, the arts, and more. Many women in Jewish communities are taking on leadership roles, promoting gender equality and advancing women's rights within Jewish life. Tamar Zandberg is a member of the Knesset and the leader of the Meretz Party, known for her advocacy for social justice, human rights, and the environment. She has been an outspoken advocate for peace between Israelis and Palestinians, and is an advocate for gender equality and LGBTQ+ rights. She is an influential voice for progressive policies and has become an advocate for a more inclusive, equal society in Israel. Dalia Itzik made history by becoming the first woman to serve as Speaker of the Knesset. A member of the Kadima party, Itzik has had a long and distinguished career in Israeli politics, advocating for women's rights and social welfare. As Speaker of the Knesset, Itzik broke barriers for women in Israeli politics, demonstrating the leadership capabilities of women at the highest levels of government. Ada Yonath is a world-renowned Israeli biochemist who won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 2009 for her pioneering work on the structure of ribosomes, the molecular machines that make proteins in all cells. Her work has deepened our understanding of protein synthesis and has paved the way for new antibiotic treatments. As a role model, she also advocates for women in science, promoting greater gender equity and equality in the scientific community. And Dr. Deborah Lipstadt, who is a historian, author, and professor specializing in Holocaust studies. She is famous for her legal battle against Holocaust denier David Irving, which she won in a landmark case in England that established a legal framework against Holocaust denial. Lipstadt's work continues to be a key force in the Holocaust education, combating denial, and ensuring the memory of the Holocaust is preserved for future generations. These modern-day Jewish women exemplify the pioneering spirit in politics, science, medicine, and beyond. Their work not only has advanced their respective fields, but has paved the way for future generations of women to break barriers and make lasting contributions to society. Both Jewish women's strength and Hadassah's strength are multifaceted and are deeply embedded in their heritage, values, and the challenges they have overcome throughout history and the challenges they face today. Their contributions to family and both Jewish and global societies are immeasurable. As I conclude, let us take a moment to reflect on the strength that has been woven throughout the fabric of Jewish women's history. From the biblical times of Deborah, Ruth, and Esther, to the modern-day heroines among us, Jewish women have continually exhibited unwavering strength, resilience, compassion, and leadership. Hadassah stands as a shining example of this enduring strength. Through its unwavering commitment to healthcare, education, and advocacy, Hadassah has been a beacon of hope and empowerment for countless individuals. It is through the collective efforts of each member that we continue to build a legacy of positive impact and meaningful change. As we move forward, let us carry with us a spirit of unity and determination. Together, we can continue to overcome challenges and create a brighter future for all. Let us be inspired by the stories of those who came before us and fueled by the passion that drives us today. May we all strive to embody the strength, courage, and compassion that defines Jewish women and members of Hadassah. Thank you.
Present, that I know you're surprised to get. On behalf of our chapter, I want to thank you for your support and for supporting the strength of women and the resilience. Thank you so much for speaking.
Thanks so much.
We will continue with the closing portion of our service with Aleinu on page 586. On the bottom of the page, please rise. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atei kedula liotzer bereishit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ועושה הארץ ומושבי קרוב השמיים עמה ושכינת זו בגבי מרומים Eloheinu ein od emet malkeinu efes ulato kakatuv b'torato 591. Ve'nemar ve'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz. Vayom hahu yeh Adonai echad. Ushemo echad. Please be seated.
Thank you, God, for giving me another day of awareness. On this Shabbat, we thank you for the joys of the past, for the friendships created, and the accomplishments achieved. We thank you for helping us to fulfill a need, support our cause, extend a warm hand to a stranger. We are grateful for our loved ones who support us and understand the significance of the contributions we make. Grant us the creativity and vision to approach each task with enthusiasm, as well as courage to work towards truth, justice, and peace in our world. As the silver thread is carefully woven through a precious cloth, help us as a group to continue weaving our tapestry of mitzvot.
Kaddish Yatom, Mourner's Kaddish, 598. This week in our congregation, we are observing the yard sites of David Bashkow, Benjamin Bednarski, Sophie Cabot, Adrian Claiborne, Ann Cohen, David Cumming, Dwayne Dukes, Leon Harold Gary, Jake Goodman, Martin Goodman, Jean Breisdorf, Roberta Palin, Emma Kingoff Retchen, Yael Raymond Rice, John Rosenberg, Margie Sargent, Rita Silvermitz, Louise Weiner Slonim, Dorothy Sobel, Samuel Sprafkin, Sonia Vanderhorst, Elfreda Wolf, Hans Thorner, and we are in Shiva for Clarice Morris. Are there any other names you wish to announce at this time? Someone who you are mourning for? All those who are in mourning and those who wish to join them, please rise. Yitzkadal v'yitzkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yama divrach yurte v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uvyamechon uv'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach, le'olam omei amaya. Yitzbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei d'kudisha b'richu, le'ilah min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechemata, da'miram b'yama v'yimru amen. Yehei shalom araba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'roma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. You may be seated. Announcements, things going on in the community in the next week or so. Tomorrow morning, there will be a traditional egalitarian minyan in, I believe, believe, the small sanctuary, although it does not say that here, but there will be an additional Mishkan Tefillah morning service. Join Rabbi Tom and Rabbi Ezra for Reform Style Learners Service. If you want to learn more about the structure of liturgy, this is a great opportunity. And then Friday, a week from tonight, is the installation of Rabbi Ezra Leventhal. So I'm sure he would love. This is a joyous occasion, a simcha, certainly, so I'd love people in our congregation to come and support him. It says here, over the past month, CBI has enjoyed Rabbi Ezra's many contributions to our community, his infectious enthusiasm, and thoughtful teachings and sermons. We are now delighted to celebrate Rabbi Ezra's official installation as CBI's assistant rabbi with a special Shabbat service and a Purim-themed reception. Costumes are highly encouraged. The more outrageous, the better. CBI will provide hamantashen and some fun libations, cocktails, and we hope you will consider signing up to bring some tasty vegetarian dishes and snacks, preferably dairy-free. Yeah, Ezra cannot partake of lactose products, so he would prefer that, I'm sure. More details and a link to the sign-up sheet can be found in the CBI newsletter. What it does not say here is the following, after Shabbat on Sunday morning, there will be a Purim spiel in the theme of Wicked. So that should be a lot of fun, and again, costumes and a lot of craziness will happen in this very room. So 10 o'clock on Sunday of next week. And Pat, you want to have a few final words?
Sharon, I want to present this to you as a thank you and appreciation
Oh, thank you.
for everything you always do for us so generously and for your support and guidance always.
Oh,
Thank you.
my pleasure.
I want to invite everybody to have dinner with us in Omansky Hall. I want to wish everyone a very happy Purim, and I hope I'll see each of you next year. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. And hopefully before then.
Oh, that's right. Before then.
All right, our closing hymn will be Hatikva, which can be found on page 678. I've been teaching this to students in the religious school for as many years as I've been living in Charlottesville. And I like to compare it to the Star Spangled Banner, our national anthem. This country was birthed in war, and rockets' red glare and bombs bursting in the air is a power song. And Israel was formed on the back of the trauma of the Holocaust and being kicked out of the various countries in the region. And yet we chose not to proclaim in our national anthem how victorious we are in the face of oppression, but to use this humble, heartfelt prayer of hope. Let us rise for Hatikva. Shabbat Shalom.